Rosie is a really useful engine. She likes to work hard whenever she can. But Rosie is not as strong as some of the other engines. Rosie wants to do a good job today. Can you help her choose which job she can do best? At the docks, there is a big load to take to the quarry. Is this the best job for Rosie? No, Rosie is not strong enough to move this heavy load. Rosie will have to look for another job. At the depot, there was a big heavy load to take to the suspension bridge. Is this the best job for Rosie? No, Rosie is not strong enough to move this heavy load either. At the balloon factory, there is another load. It has to go to the school in time for the children's party. But this load isn't heavy. It's balloons. Balloons are light. It's the perfect job for Rosie. Rosie may not be strong, but she's still really useful. Well done, Rosie.
Keep you puffing when you've had enough. Just remember as you're speeding down the track, strength not only takes you there, it brings you back. You've got to have strength, strength to make the wheels go round. Strength, strength to lift things off the ground. You've got to have strength, strength to get you to the top. Keep you going when you want to stop. You've got to have strength, strength to make the wheels go round. Strength, strength to lift things off the ground. You've got to have strength, strength to get you to the top. Strength will keep you going when you want to stop.
The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. Thomas enjoys puffing all over the island. There are lots of special places to visit. Where's this? That's right. It's the coaling plant. The coaling plant is a very important place on the island of Sodor. All the steam engines need coal, so every day is a busy day at the coaling plant. One day, Thomas had been given shiny new freight cars. He didn't want to get them dirty. So Thomas backed his new cars slowly and carefully under the hopper. But Thomas's new cars wanted to be dirty. So they biffed and bashed just as the coal came out of the hopper. Thomas and the freight cars were covered in coal, But Thomas saw the cars were much happier being dirty. Coal cars are not only dirty, they're heavy. One winter's day, Edward had to work with James. The tracks were very icy. James was in a hurry, but Edward didn't want to rush. James didn't know how very icy the tracks were. His wheels started to slip and slide. James applied his brakes as hard as he could. But it was too late. Luckily, no one was hurt. Working in the coaling plant is dirty work. And some engines like to stay clean. One day, the railway inspector was going to give a prize. James, Gordon, and Emily were each quite sure they'd win. They wanted to find the sunniest spot at the coaling plant to show off their shiny paintwork. James wanted to be in the best place. Then there was trouble. He didn't look where he was going. He reversed into some freight cars that rolled backwards into a lever, which opened the coal hopper and covered the engines in coal. It was a disaster. James, Emily, and Gordon were covered in coal dust. Just then, the railway inspector and Sir Topham Hatt arrived. Gordon blew to clear his funnel, and the railway inspector and Sir Topham Hatt were covered in dust too. So that's why the coaling plant is very special for James. There are so many special places on the island of Sodor. Next time, Thomas will show us somewhere else. Percy has two heavy jobs to do today. First, Percy has to move 2 cars of slate into a siding. The slate is very heavy. What can Percy do? Percy has a good idea. He's pulling the cars 1 car at a time. Well done, Percy. Percy has moved both the cars of heavy slate. Now, Percy has to move lots of coal, but he only has 1 freight car. What can Percy do? Percy has another good idea. He moves the coal a little at a time. Well done, Percy. Percy has done both his jobs. He's not just strong, he's very clever.